My name is Danny. We're at MB Motorsports. Today we're working on a 2008 Honda Accord. We're going to be doing the rear brakes, pads, and rotors, and making sure there's no other damage. First, we're going to take off the lug nuts. There's 5 of them. It's a little tight. You got to just get a little hammer and get it in the back of the tire, knock it off, put it down nice and safely. And then we're going to start taking nuts and bolts off. See, this is the damage that happens when the pad runs out of pad, and now it's metal to metal. So the rotor is now ruined, and it is uncuttable. If it wasn't ruined like this, we probably would have been able to do a little cut on it and save the rotor. So now what we're going to do is take the caliper off and get the pads out of the way, and then we'll take the bracket out of the way. All right, first we're going to have to take the caliper off, which holds the pads. And there's 2 bolts that holds that. So you just take a little pry right here, pry it up out of the way. And take this up out of the way for now. Put it to the side. And then there's 2 bolts right here that hold the bracket on. Get the pads out of the way. Sometimes they're a little pain. I get it. See now? See how there's no pad to it. Let's get the bolt. Now you have your caliper bracket out. You have your hardware here that needs to get cleaned up. Take a little brush and you just get in there and clean. Get all the debris out of the way. It's all nice and shiny again. Do the same thing on the other side. Sometimes if it's too rusty, you can't clean it up, and then you can buy replacements for it. They're Phillips head, and sometimes they're most likely rusted. What you want to do is use an impact screwdriver, which will get in there and you hit it with a hammer and it jolts it free. See, now it's free, and you didn't strip the Phillips head. If you would have tried with just a normal Phillips head, sometimes you get lucky, but most chances you don't, and you end up stripping it. That's why the impact screwdriver is a key tool on doing brakes. Just get that out of the way. Set them to the side, and now your rotor is free. You can pull it right off. So now you have everything cleared. Now what you want to do with that same kind of brush that you had is just clean up the inside here. Just, you know, get it clear around this ring right here, because there's rust buildup, and if your rotor doesn't sit on there, it can cause a squeak, or it could cause a warping sensation feeling later down the road. So you just want to get it scruffed up. All right, this is a real fancy parking brake caliper tool. You just got to put this special tool. It has the 2 notches. It lines up with the inside there with the 2 notches, and then it's air. And what happens is you put this on there, you get it into the notches there. While you're compressing, you want to rotate this. All right, as it's spinning, it's pushing the caliper back in and spinning the parking brake, because there's the parking brake's in here. And the parking brake twists as it comes out, so it stays in place, so it doesn't lose position. You want to get it flush to this, and at the same time you kind of want to get this as close as possible, up and down. Some cars it doesn't matter, but some cars it does. This is the old parking brake. I'm just showing you. See the little notch in here? So when you slide in the caliper over it, it lines onto that notch, so it knows where its position's supposed to be. We already cleaned this surface up. Now what you want to do is line up these holes right here with these holes here, like that. And you take those Phillips head screws and you replace them right there. Take these, there's little rubber things, you take them off the slide right there, and you pull this out. There's 2 of them. You take them out right there. And you want to use braking caliper grease or some sort of this. This is what we use here at MB Motorsports. and you just take a little dab of it and you just go over it. Just a little, just on one side, no big deal. And you just install it back into the caliper bracket. Give it a little spin so it gets it all, make sure the rubber booty is back and sealed, and it's like that. And now you got these re-greased and they won't rust up on you. 2 caliper bracket bolts. Position as best as you can. Sometimes it's not fun. Caliper bracket and the car itself, and you just put a little grease on them so they stay in place. I don't know if you can see in there and see them. And then you just got to line this up and just get it started, and then now you just finish them off. Just hand tighten them as much as you can. Sometimes getting air tools in these tight areas isn't worth the hassle, so you gotta use manual tools. And you tighten them down. You want to tighten the back ones about 90 foot-pounds of torque, which is about right there. All right. After installing the caliper bracket and you got your rotor all set up, we have our caliper compressed. What you can do is now put the brake pads on. So now this is the 2 brake pads that are going to go on this side. One has a indicator, which this customer did not hear go off because his rotor scraped. And right here is the marker where it goes on to the back of the caliper here. All right, this is the front pad. You squeeze, you get it in there. And then this one goes in the back, same thing, just like that. Okay, now that we have the pads on, what we do is we take the caliper, we line it right up here. There's caliper pins, you push them back in just to get out of the way, so you can get them in, and then you start with one. Get that a little bit of hand tight there, a little hand tight there, and then you push this one down right here, and you get that started. And you just hand tighten this. These are about 40-45 pounds foot-pound torque, which is right about there. There you go. Your brakes are done. All right. Well, now what we're gonna do? We got the tire on. We put the hubcap on here because you have to put the lug nuts on after the hubcap. You get them. You do this at least 3 to 4 turns on each lug nut, so you make sure that you got a good thread on it, so you don't cross thread them. And then what you're gonna do is use a torque stick, which is this right here, which is an 80 foot-pound torque stick. You put it on the end of your air gun, and you torque them down. And you go in a star pattern, like this. All right, this is going to be a little loud. Just get them started, snug down, and then what you do is just go back over them. Thank you for watching us work on a 2008 Honda Accord where we did rear pads and rotors. You can check us out at mbmotorsports.com, or feel free to come down to 1715 Asbury Ave, Asbury Park, New Jersey. And we also have 3 locations, 2 in Tinton Falls and 1 in Asbury Park. Thank you for watching. My name is Danny, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.